What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, Tuesday, and it is the second Tuesday in a row that I'm having a red day. Yesterday, I didn't trade at all. Today, I get back into the market and I lose 1,900 bucks. So that's not what I wanted, but you know, it is what it is. August is a little bit continuing to be a grind for me. Second worst month of the year, and I'll just be really happy to have it behind me and to be on to the month of September. So right now, I've just got to stay disciplined, try to keep the losses small, which relatively speaking, I did. I didn't go off the rails and do something crazy. I just, had 2 trades, 2 losses, and that was it. So, frustrating market, but the good news about being kind of in the lull of this cold streak is that you can only go up from here. So, looking forward to momentum coming back into the market. All right. Any questions, any comments on today's recap, leave them below, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone, so we're going to break down the trades from today. Today's going to be red day recap, which is a bummer. It's been a tough month. I mean, there's just really, no way around it. I was red last Tuesday, down 1,400 bucks. I'm red today, down 1,900 bucks. So, it's just, this is, it's a difficult market. Right now, I'm back to down about 2,000 on the month. This is my, let's see, 5th red day of the month. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I'm kind of at the top of my number of red days that I can have per month. I try to keep it under 4, which would be about 1 red day per week. And so, being at 5 here with still 2, 4, 6, 8 days left in the month, isn't great. I need to really I really need to have a strong week this week and a strong week next week to get myself back into good shape for the month of August. And at the moment, it's not looking good. I didn't take any trades yesterday, so 0 profit, 0 loss. And then today I'm down 1,900 bucks. So we'll look at the trades from this morning. I only traded 1 stock, and I think today's an example where it kind of goes to show how quickly, with 1 trade, you can give back a good chunk of change. I mean, you can lose 2,000 bucks like that, and in hindsight, maybe I would have been better off not trading at all today. So GEVO is the stock I traded this morning. It pops up on the scans. I'm not super crazy about it. However, that it's a stock that's a former runner. It had this really big move not that long ago. Recently it's been kind of consolidating lower. Today it starts to pop up a little bit. Had a pre-market high of 350. I first tried to get in this one at 355 right here for the break of this little 1-minute flat top breakout. Little wedge right here. So I put the order at 356, 5,000 shares. I don't get filled. It pops up to 370. So I'm like, all right, it's looking pretty good. Consolidates for a second. I get in right here on this breakout at 368, or actually 370, 3,225 shares, and it drops down to 358, and I stop out at 361 for a $225 loss. So kind of a bummer there. It consolidates sideways. It actually ends up popping back up, and so I get back in here at 379 right here. It pops up to a high of 380, pulls back, double tops at 380, and then I'm stopping out right here on this drop and trying to actually get out mostly as it pops back up. So, those are my 2 trades. 2 losses back to back, 9,000 shares on the second trade. Maybe that was too much size, probably was. Stopped out at 60, 59, and 61. So I didn't sell at the bottom of the drop. I let it pop back up. That reduced the loss somewhat, but just like that, 250 down on the first trade, 1,700 on the second. That's 1,900 bucks in the red. Of course, what's frustrating on this is to see it come and pop right back up to 389 a moment later, but there was no reason to think it would do that. That's not a very logical setup, and then it just continued to fade. I'll switch this to the 1-minute chart. I was just showing people something earlier this morning on the 10-second. So anyways, choppy action there, choppy. kind of a bummer. Again, in hindsight, I would have been better off not trading at all today. I thought what made me willing to trade this stock was that I thought it had the potential to make a 20-cent move, 15, 20-cent move. And unlike some of the stocks yesterday that didn't, I think, really had a lot of potential, this one I thought had potential, being a former runner, a lower float stock, popping up. So the entry at 55, that made sense. Pops up, holds the level, so I get in up here. It does a 1-minute false breakout, so that's a bummer. I get out quickly, small loss, and then I get back in, kind of aggressively up here, and then get stopped out on this, sharp drop. So, I just didn't really trade that one super well, so that's kind of a bummer. But and then that was it. Costs. This one popped up, got halted on a circuit breaker. Tried to take a scalp at $4. It popped up to a high of 410, dropped back down to 360. Not very clean there either. And there was really nothing else. CRON, this one, some traders were talking about today. I wasn't interested in it. I saw it on the gap scanner, gapping up, but it's a 150 million share float. So it's much more crowded than what I'm typically used to. And I just didn't expect it to be clean. Open, popped up, sold off, squeezed up, sold off. I don't know. There was volatility there, but I'm not sure where I really would have traded it. Maybe this 1-minute pullback at 860 for a move up to 870, 875. Probably wouldn't have been a home run. TNXP, this one, choppy. It's just kind of been in range today, not really doing a whole lot. Not sure why my charts are funny, but yeah, you can see it's kind of in range. It was selling off a little bit pre-market, pops up a little bit, but not really giving us big moves. So for me, in order to make decent money, I really need stocks that I think can very likely go 15, 20 cents and have the potential to go 40, 50, 60 cents, maybe more. GEVO, I thought, had that potential, being that it's a former runner, it's been kind of beaten up for a while, and maybe it would start to take off and really open up. Not uncommon to see that happen. Today wasn't the day. TNXP, I didn't think it had the potential to make a really big move, so I just left it alone. CHFS, that was on the scans earlier. Didn't think it had a lot of potential either, so I left that one alone. So August, no doubt is, for me, been the second most difficult month of the year. Historically, August has been a difficult month for me in the past. So, it continues to kind of frustrate me. And again, just based on the fact that August has been tricky, I probably shouldn't have taken 9,000 shares on that second trade on GEVO. Even if I saw an A quality setup, the fact that that setup is occurring in the month of August means it's not A quality, because August doesn't give us A quality setups. So anything at best is B quality. And this is where during the classes I've been rewatching recordings of me trading, and sometimes I'm like, why was I adding there? That was so aggressive. That was a stupid trade. On this one, I got in with 6,000 shares. It dropped down, and then I added 3,000 for the break over 80, and it immediately dropped. So, I was stepping up to the plate and adding back on this 1-minute pullback, and that was obviously the wrong move. But the fact that I was in the stock and was down, when it came back up, I should just gotten out break even, right? The fact that the best setups work instantly, and the worst ones, you get in and they drop instantly. If they do pop back up as an opportunity to reduce the loss or get out flat, it's not a good time to add. But in the heat of the moment, frustration, the fact that I didn't trade yesterday and I'm really wanting to try to find a good opportunity, and that I'm already down $250 on the day, that starts to be on, kind of talking in your ear saying, yeah, add on this. Has the potential to go up to $4. You're at 380, it hits 385, 388. Next thing you know, you're going to see 395, $4, 405. Grab the 10,000 shares, scalp that for 10, 15 cents. You're going to get your $1,000 daily goal. And all of that is thinking about your potential, your potential, your potential. And the part that's saying risk, risk, risk is just quiet. And that's when you're starting to be more emotional, and you're trading more from that perspective. And we all deal with it. Even with years of experience, you're going to deal with it. If you're someone who never experiences emotion while you're trading, I'd like to meet you, because I've never met someone who's like that. It's something that we're all going to deal with at one point or another. And you may have months where you have really good composure, and then you do something where you're aggressive. And I'm not going to say that GEVO, like, I'm not beating myself up for it. I'm down $1,900. I didn't blow past my daily max loss. I was close to it, but I didn't go below it. I didn't take a $10,000 loss on it. I didn't go crazy. I didn't throw 15, 20,000 shares at it. But I did take a little bit more risk than I probably should have. And so that's a little disappointing. But again, it's keeping things in perspective. I'm still the trader who made $117,000 in the month of January. I'm the same person. Now this month I'm down $2,000. I was break even before today. Now I'm down $1,900 on the month. So, what's different? I'm still the same person. I'm still the same trader. So the market's different. And that is the case. We're in a little bit of a choppy market. So you got to kind of remind yourself of that and give yourself a pat on the back and say, like Selena said earlier, every day you're sitting in the chair, you're gaining experience. You're becoming a little bit, just more, I don't know, you're just gaining more experience. And that's a good thing. Some days you're going to be on the right side. Some days you're on the wrong side. Today I'm on the wrong side, but I'm still up 364,000 or 362,000 on the year. It's been a great year. A little bit of a setback here the last couple weeks, kind of just, grinding. I lost about 12,000 over the course of 3 days. So that was the start of August. I've then been grinding my way back up to break even. So I'm at break even. And today I'm down $2,000. So, I'm still kind of in this chop, and obviously I'd like to get myself to green on the month. I'd like to get myself up 10 or 15, maybe $20,000, but I need some really good opportunities to get there. If we don't have those good opportunities, it's not going to happen as much as I'd like it to. The end of, I started June down $16,000, and I finished up 36,000 because in the last 2 weeks I made 22,000 on week 3 and 26,000 on week 4. So $55,000, 50 or whatever, in 50,000 plus in 2 weeks of trading. When the market's hot, I can stack up the profits and I can be aggressive and I can make a ton of money. But when the market's slow, doesn't matter how much size I take, doesn't matter, how aggressive I want to be. If the opportunities aren't there, they're not there. So it's tough. We don't come here to sit and lose money, but every day you sit here, you do gain experience, and that's what's really valuable. So I think the lesson from today, continues to be August is choppy. Wait for something to really show strength. I thought getting it up here at 70, by the fact that it was this strong, was a sign of strength. So this was a good setup, but didn't work. Dropped down. Then, of course, I thought it was strength that it popped right back up despite that drop. So I was willing to get back in, now thinking closer to $4, but couldn't quite do it. So, that's the way it goes. CRON, there was a little activity there. GEVO, of course, if it does end up breaking $4 today, whatever, that'd be a little disappointing that I managed to lose on it. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Costs didn't hold up. So hopefully we get to the other side of this quick. I mean, the nice thing about being in a slow market like this is that what comes next is things pick up. So when you're at the sort of bottom of the lull and things are slow, you can be bummed about it, but on the other hand, that around the corner there's going to be another really hot stock. It's been now almost 3 weeks since we had that strong momentum on AWX. That was kind of our last big, really crazy stock. Yes, we had CVSI yesterday, but that's OTC, and most of us don't trade OTC, so leave that one alone. CRON, decent move the last 2 days, but not crazy parabolic, so I wouldn't say that one's really it. So, things are coming, and it's just a good time to study up, be prepared, and when we do see that one that really shows strength, make sure you're ready to capitalize on it. That way, you get right back into it, and realistically, losing 12,000, even though well, I guess now in the last 3 weeks, I've lost a total of $2,000 net because I was break even until today. So if in 3 weeks I am break even or I lose $2,000, that's, the part of my equity curve where it's up, up, and then it's a couple weeks of sideways like this. Well, that's what comes next. And that's how it's always been for me. I'll have these periods of sideways. The good news is that during these periods of sideways, when the market's choppy, I'm not going like this. I'm not giving back all my gains. I'm just going sideways. So yeah, today I'm down a little bit. Last week I had a couple of, I had $2,800 day on Monday, a $1,700 day on Tuesday. So, it's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. What I don't have are the $5,000 and $10,000 winners. That's what I need to make up for these $2,000 days. This is a standard red day. There's nothing abnormal about this red day. It's just that I'm not having the big green days to make up for it. So anyways, that's about it for me today. Red day recap, down $1,900. It's not a blowout. It's nothing really, whatever. It's just continuing the choppy markets, probably a little over aggressive today, not the right time for it. So, tomorrow, just got to try to be green, even if it's just $500. That'd be a good way to, kind of get back on the horse tomorrow. All right, so that's it for me. We'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. Students, we've got class at noontime, so class in an hour, and we'll be continuing chapter 7 on the high-day momentum strategy. All right, so I'll see you guys in class at noontime. Everyone else, I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. All right, bye, guys. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.